Hello, legends. Welcome to another episode of Wavematics Weekly Forecast for May 8th to 12th, 2023. And this is going to be a very interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week. And just like we always do, we come live and look at the markets and see the trading opportunities that is available, the ones that we can profit from, the one that we can trade, the ones that we need to wait. Then as traders, always when we come to analyze the market, analyzing the markets is different from entering trades. So people get confused, but the first step is to be able to know how the market is going to go, where it is going, the possible scenarios, the possible situations that's going to be evolving. Then at the end of the day, you can now use your trading plan, which includes your trading strategy, to get in and out of a trade at a profitable rate, or even if it is a break-even trade. Once you're following your plan, then you are good to go. If you are watching me for the first time, my name is Peter Pearl, and welcome to today's episode. Before we start, let me know where you are watching us from, just like we always do. I'm Peter Pearl. I'm currently speaking from Toronto, Canada. Let me also know where the city, the country that you are connecting us from, those live with us now. Let me know the city that you are connecting us from, or the country that you are also connecting us from. And also, before we continue, let me know in the comment section if the sound is okay for you, if you can hear my voice clearly, and if you can also see my screen. If you can also see my screen, let me know in the comment section. Then we can continue into today's stream. It's going to be very short, simple, and okay, I'm getting confirmation. Okay, Mwani is saying, hi, Pearl. I'm watching live from Nairobi, Kenya, and he is also requesting for BTC. Okay, Sherry from Ghana. Sherry from Ghana. Okay, so we've gotten the confirmations. So keep it coming. If you have any question, just like we always do during the weekend, I always do ask what pairs you want me to analyze, and I use these pairs to really get what is prepared for the live stream, because I do analyze a lot of charts, but I always want to give members or my followers what they really want. Then now I've even introduced something that is even better for those who join us with us live. If you have any instrument that you want me to analyze, once you come on live, just leave a comment in the comment section, just like Mwani did. And once you leave it from it, I'm going to go through the comment section and also address all those charts, because I give priority to those who come online with us and answer their questions, whilst I also give priority. After that, then I give priority to the ones that requested some pairs in the course of the week and during the weekend when I posted which pairs I should analyze. If you're watching us from Facebook, we are currently streaming from 6 different platforms: Facebook groups, the pair markets, and YouTube, and we're also streaming from YouTube. So if you're watching us from YouTube, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also click on the notification bell, so that whenever I'm live like this, you're going to get a notification of it. I'm going to leave a link to our YouTube page in the comment section, so that you can also join us, because sometimes people watch from Facebook and they complain about the quality. If you are struggling getting a good quality on Facebook, then you can also jump on YouTube, where the link is always better. I'm just leaving you a link on YouTube in the comment section, so that everyone can. Okay, I've left a link for you in the comment section, so you can check it from all our handles, then go straight into it. So now we are going to start today's analysis, just like we always do. We always start with the dollar index. Then once we are done with the dollar index, then we look at the majors. Then now I start attending to the questions that people ask on pairs or instruments that they want us to address. If you ask the question and I'm not responding to it, then I do see your messages. I see them coming. I'm going to address them. Whilst we do. Okay, Terry is asking, is this recorded? Can I watch the replay later? It's past midnight here and I'm really tired and sleepy. Okay, this is recorded, Terry, so you don't have a problem with that. So once you are done with it, I've left a link to YouTube channel in the comment section. So just click on the on the YouTube channel, just click on it, and you get a replay of it, because I always make sure that everyone gets access to the replay, even if they are not able to watch us live. But the good thing about the live is you have the opportunity to ask instruments that you want me to address. Before we jump to the dollar index, just like we always do, last week we did a lot of analysis. There were a lot of fundamentals also. Sure, last week we saw the FOMC. We also had an opportunity of the non-farm payroll, the employment changes in the US, and this week too. Before we start, we will jump straight into the week and check the fundamentals for the week, because it's very important to always understand these things, so that whenever you are trading, you will know that, okay, these are the things that I'm looking at. You know that these are the things that you are looking at, and always look at the fundamentals before entering a trade. So this week on Wednesday, we have big news. We have the CPI, which is now it gives a lot of even volatility than even the non-farm payroll. So if you are watching us, you can look at it from, okay, let me pick a marker. Okay, just a moment. Okay, I don't know, I'm having a slight problem with my marker. Let me just look at the settings. So as I'm setting my marker, if you have any questions, you can keep on coming. Okay, Bukan is asking of XAUD, which is gold. So if you have any questions, keep it coming, and just give me a minute to set my pen as so that I can write swiftly. I can write swiftly in. Okay, so we'll be looking at the dollar index, and as I just said, so as I'm just leaving the calendar on it for a short time for you to go through and see the kind of news that we are expecting this particular week, and once we are done with it, okay, I'm seeing pound USD. Terry is also asking of pound USD, and I'm going to deal with that also. Okay. Okay, just a moment. My pen just, okay, always ask. Okay, let's go on. I'll try and do with the trading view one. Since my pen is giving me a slight problem. So with the dollar index, let's go straight into the charts. Okay, so this is what we are looking at with the dollar index. So the non-farm payroll, we had a lot of positive news on the non-farm payroll. If you look at the calendar for last week, you can see that the figures that came for the non-farm Friday was very positive. You can see that they are all in green. So they were very positive. So it's push the market up. But now, when it comes to non-farm payroll, always there's some form of uncertainties that the market always have when we are having non-farm payroll. So these days, I don't really rely on it a lot, because it gives you more volatility, can take you up and down at the same time. So you always have to analyze the charts, though the reason why we look at the news is for you to know that, okay, this particular time there's going to be a news, so you know how to manage your trade, or you know when not to enter a trade or get out of a trade. But once the news is over, I come back to the charts. Then I look at the pattern that the chart is showing me. It is not just about because there was a positive news, so the whole week everything is going to be positive. Still, I'm going to look at the pattern, then now decide and trade from the pattern's point of view. So we are still looking at this particular pattern. Then I'm looking at it from an expanded flat point of view. Okay, let me see if I can write with this. Okay, that's good. Today we are going to use this particular marker since my marker is giving me, okay, good. So now we are looking at an expanding plan form of where we want to see an ABC for wave 2, an ABC for wave 2. But looking at what is happening, we are seeing this whole wave B still as a correction of a WXY. So this week we want to see price move to the downside. We want to see price move to the downside. Then once we are through with it, we'll start going up as the dollar strengthens for wave C. So we are just looking for a short downward move for this particular expanding flat, which can break the low of this. But since we are looking at an ABC of an expanding flat, even if it breaks the low, it does not validate the pattern. Then once we are done with it, then we are going to look straight into some strength in the dollar, maybe in the course of the week. Then once we get that particular strength for this wave C, which is going to be similar to this wave A, which is going to be similar. So we want to see something down, then we can have a move also up like this. From there, then we are going to look at a downward move. We are also going to look at a downward move. If you have any pairs that you also want me to look at, just leave it in the comment section. Then I'm going to attend to it. So now with the understanding of what we are having on the dollar index, let's quickly look at EURUSD. EURUSD, then EURUSD, then we continue from there. In EURUSD, we are still seeing, if we look at this particular pattern that is happening now, this particular pattern, I'm not seeing more of an impulse in this particular pattern. It still look like a corrective wave, So I don't see it as something that is going to go upside for long. And so I'm still looking at it from an ABC, from an expanding flat point of view, just like that. There are two ways you can count. You can count this particular pattern, but let's stick with this. We are looking at the WXY exit. So we are looking for the last ABC, last ABC for us to get this particular wave C. After it, then once the dollar starts strengthening for the short term, the dollar starts strengthening for the short term, we are going to look for a move to the downside. You are going to look at it from the move to the downside. Maybe you might decide to also count this from only an ABC point of view, a WXY, this particular correction. That one can also be looked at where we can look at this as an ABC. So a W, just forgive me, I'm not very good in writing with Trading Views pen because of the way it is. But in order not to interrupt the live stream, you still deal with it and go on into the analysis. That is the most important, and whether there is spend or not, we can still analyze. So that is what we are looking for in EURUSD. So this particular week, we want to see price move to this upside, if possible, break this particular top. Then we will start looking for this move to the downside. This move to the downside. Okay, Terry is also asking pound USD. If you have any ones you want me to discuss, just keep it in the comment section. If I don't look at it, I'm going to attend to it. I see all your comments, and once we are dealing with it, I'm going to attend to them. Okay. Okay, he's also saying that he's watching us from Johannesburg, Makanda, and the sound is loud and clear. Thank you for connecting us from Johannesburg. So now, let's quickly look at the pound USD, just like someone recorded. In pound USD, we were of this same view last week, where we wanted to see price move to the upside for a wave 5 one more time. Just like I said it's going to be a motive wave. It can be anything. It can be an impulse, it can be an ending diagonal. And looking at this particular one now, price, I see more of an ending diagonal forming for a wave 1. Okay, good. Our pen is now active, so we can. Okay, so we can see a wave 1, a wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is the pattern that I'm looking at. Though being the motive wave is the most important, and it can decide to form even an impulse, which once is a 5 waves. So we want to see that particular one. So this is our first pattern that we are looking at. The first pattern that we are looking at. Then once we get that particular pattern, then we will start looking for a downward move. A downward move to give us an ABC for a wave B. So this whole thing is a wave A. We want to see a wave 2. Okay, pound AUD. Okay, I'm going to look at them. Keep your comments coming. Keep on your comments coming. So this is now we want to see this particular move. Once we get a 5 wave move, then just like ending direction, have an entry once you get to the top from this particular end of this particular wave 4. Then once we get that, you are now looking for an ABC. So once the 5 wave pattern completes, this invalidation level here is, I'm going to remove it. Once we are done with the 5 wave to start getting a bigger impulsive move to the downside. A bigger impulsive move to the downside after the 5 wave for a bigger ABC once the dollar is strengthening, just like we look at it in the dollar index. So now let's quickly look at I'm also seeing, okay, Babcock is also asking of gold. So I'm going to look at gold for you. So in gold, actually like the dollar index, the pound USD that we just looked at, when ending diagonals are forming, most of the time you look at your divergence and you see a lot of bearish moves in the divergence. So look at it from that particular way. In gold too, I did share this particular count in the course of the week, where sometimes I discuss the patterns that I look at that fails. Also, not only with the ones that we are looking at that we got it right. So this particular one, I was looking at this wave A. I was anticipating price to give us a turning point at the 50 to 61.8 fib zone. Then price for us to continue for an ABC. Then price didn't happen that way, so it came to break this particular top. But when you understand patterns, people were just happy I got it wrong. There were a lot of comments and other things because once they saw it as it's broken, but they don't understand pattern progression, that we can break a particular pattern, but it does not really invalidate the whole thing, because I'm still looking at an expanding flat, which is also very possible for an ABC, an ABC like this, an ABC like this, and now I'm looking at two scenarios, though I have this short-term bearish scenario and a bullish scenario. But if we get this particular one, then we will look at it from price moving to the downside for some time now, to complete this particular wave C of B. Then once we are done with it, we will start looking for a move to the upside. Someone else can also look at it from, okay, this is a new impulse that is starting, and we are having a correction of this particular impulse for us to go up. But whatever be the case, price action is going to give us more confirmation, and it's always right. So we wait for a lot of confirmation on this before we look at it. We enter a trade on it. So now in this particular one, this is my bearish count that I'm going to share. This is my primary count. I'm going to show my alt count to you later. I'm going to share my alt count with you later. So that is what we have for gold. That is what we have for gold. If you are joining us live, watching us live, let me leave a comment and let me know those with us live now. If you're watching us live, let's give us a hashtag live. And if you're also watching the replay version of it, just give us a hashtag replay as we continue. So if you're watching us live, I want to know those with us live, just give us a hashtag live. If you're also watching a replay version, just give us a hashtag replay. And as we continue, so the next one we'll be looking at is the USD sways, and it's a very interesting pattern that is happening on that particular. Okay, Erin is live with us now. I'm seeing a lot of. I'm seeing as 100. Akeem is asking of nice on as 100, and DAX. I'm going to look at it Terry is also watching with us live. Akim is also saying good work. So I see all your comments. So even if I don't read them, I'm going to attend to it before the stream ends. Before the stream ends. So let me quickly look at the USD Swiss. In USD Swiss, we are looking at this particular pattern where we are looking at an ABC. An ABC. Let me give you a fair view of what we are looking at on the daily time frame. So this is the legendary trade room where before even we do live streams, they always get their charts updated as quickly as possible. So even in the week, they are going to get this on Saturday so that they can prepare very well in the week. But for them, we do share the daily time frame. We do share the weekly time frame. So this is what we are looking on the USD Swiss. If you look at the daily time frame, this is what we've been looking at. We are looking at a triangle scenario. We are looking at a triangle scenario. Now, this is the invalidation level of the triangle. The invalidation level of the triangle. Then we are still closer to it, but we've not broken it. And we want to see price move to the upside of this particular triangle. I'm going to leave a link with you guys, those who want to join us as we do our promo pricing. So now this particular, we want to see price give us a form of a correction. Once we get that particular correction, an ABC correction, then we will start looking for an upside for this particular one. But for a confirmation of this particular pattern, for a confirmation of this particular pattern, then we want to see a breakout of this particular confirmation level, the end of the wave 4. Once we get that confirmation level broken, then we are very certain that, okay, now this wave E of this particular triangle pattern, this wave E is complete, and we will be going to the upside as the dollar strengthened, Okay, I'm also seeing a lot of live. Makanda is live with us. Koja is live with us. Cool Area is live with us. I'm also seeing Simon, who is also live with us. So let's quickly look at. Okay, let me go through the comment section and look at one or two of the ones that are requested. Okay, I think I've dealt with gold. So those who are still requesting for gold, just wait for the live stream to end. Just wait for the live stream to end, and we are going to get that. Okay, Akim is asking of NAX 100 and DAX. Let me just quickly look at one of it for you. So with NAX 100, NAX 100, this is the pattern that we are looking at. We are still waiting for this particular leading diagonal that started to end. And this particular week, we want price to see it push forward. So in this particular wave 5, the price has the potential and has the opportunity to keep on pushing to the upside to even test this particular trend line resistance. Then we will start coming down, but it does not necessarily mean it has to test it, but that is the potential of how far price can go. It can keep on pushing forward. Then once we are done with that particular one, we will start looking for a 3-wave move to the downside for a wave 2. Then we will go to we will continue to the downside, So that is what we are looking for. NAS 100. That's what we are looking for. NAS 100. Okay, a lot of comments are keep on coming in. Okay, I'll be looking at them in the course of. So let's quickly look at also the Aussie USD, which is also having an interesting pattern on it. Now in Aussie USD, we are having two scenario I'm going to share with you, or all the scenarios. Now, last week we look at this particular wave W, and we were looking at this being the completion of wave X. But as price action always keep progressing, the more we get more price action, the more we now look at it. So we're looking at this to be the wave X last week, but now looking at how price moved to this particular upside. Now we are having two scenarios that I'm looking at this particular week where you can get very good trading opportunities from. So the first scenario is there's a potential of a triangle point of view with an A, B, C, D, E. So now that view, since once we've not broken this particular top for the triangle, once we've not broken the top of this particular wave C of the A, once we've not broken the top, the triangle can still be in play. But there's also, so the triangle is going to be like an A, B, C, D, E. Oh, today the pen has been giving us hard time, but we are still going to, okay, give us an ABC scenario, an ABCDE scenario like this, ABCD and E. Then once there's also alternative that now, since it's a wave X, it can be an ABC. So once we break this particular top, then there's also a possibility of an expanding flat for a wave X that can also form with this particular one moving to the upside. Once we break that particular top, then there's a possibility of we getting a pattern, an ABC pattern like this, an ABC. Then once we get that, we are going to get a move to the downside. But first, we are looking at a triangle should in case we get this particular move. But I'm more confident of this potential ABC forming, since we are on the dollar index. We are looking at price moving to the downside first before the strength of the dollar. So if the dollar index should push downward a little before the strength in it, then there's a possibility of this triangle scenario not happening. But we rather seeing an ABC for an expanding flat. So how do you trade it this particular week? How do you trade it? When you have two scenarios like this, what you wait for is the price action that is going to happen. If we get something like this, a move like this, a correction, then you are very certain that we are going to go to the down upside. But if you also want to trade a bearish scenario, then what you have to do is wait for us to get a move to the downside first. Then now once we get a correction to it, then you can start trading to the downside for the remaining of the triangle. So that is how we are looking at the Aussie dollar. If you're also looking at joining us in the legendary trade room, then this is the time you can get in at a very good rate, where we are having a 50% discount on services up to services. So you just come to pearlmarkets.com. It's going to bring you to this particular page. Then once you're in the page, just click on the give me the promo offer. It's going to bring you to our pricing, where for a lifetime you can get lifetime access to the trading room and our premium courses. And on annual too, you can get 50% off at 147, where you can also get the Wavematics Forex Accelerator, which is our premium where I disintegrate and teach everything about the wave pattern, give a lot of examples, give a lot of details and assignments and everything, where people do the assignments and submit them. So as it's not just looking at us, but still people get assignments where they work on and submit for me to give review of it. Just like so, even in the assignments, they still get video reviews of the assignments that they do. It's not just like watching a one-time course, just like I did for Caroline. So there's a lot of things that is going on in the trade room. So if you want to get in, just go to pearlmarkets.com and get in at a very affordable rate. So that is what we are looking at. So let's jump straight into the charts and continue. If you have any pairs that you still want me to look at, you can bring them in the comment section. In the comment section as we wait for more of this. Let's quickly look at the Kiwi dollar, which is similar to happening on the USD, but at a very different scenario. On the Kiwi dollar, this is what we are looking at. So we are looking at this particular pattern where we saw this WXY for this for we looking at this WXY. So we have an ABC, then we have the wave X. So we are looking at an ABC for the wave Y, an ABC for the wave Y. It can be any pattern, any wave Y pattern, but we want to see price, if the possibility of price moving from this this particular scenario where we can get, if we are going to get a turning point from this particular scenario, then that is going to be beautiful. That is going to be beautiful for this particular move to the upside, this particular move to the outside. So now in this particular week, if in this particular zone, if we start seeing price giving us a move to the downside like this, you wait for correction, then you join it to the downward move for an ABC for this particular wave Y, this particular wave Y. There are other scenarios, but I'm going to stick with this particular one. I'll stick to this particular one and look at it from the other. So now wait for price to give us a correction, Once we get the first move to the downside, it is after the correction that is going to give us more confirmation for us to go in to the downside, to enter at the end of the correction. At the end of the correction, okay. I'm also seeing another comment where he's asking of the USD Japanese yen. Koja is asking of USD Japanese yen. Let me quickly. Today's stream is not going to be that long, so let me quickly answer them as quickly as possible. So in USD Japanese yen, we are looking at a triangle scenario for this particular move where we are looking at the W and X and Y. So in the wave X, this is the triangle pattern that we are looking at. So we've seen a move, this particular move for a wave 1. This particular move for wave 1. Then we want to see a WXY for wave 2. So now the WXY is ongoing. We want to see a triangle pattern for the wave X of an A, B, C, D, and E. Once we get this particular triangle pattern, then we are going to go to the upside for a wave 1 before price keep on coming to the downside. So this is the pattern that we are looking for in USD Japanese yen. So this is what we are looking for. So this particular week, we want to see more of how this triangle play out. Okay, just a moment. Let me delete this. How this triangle play out. So let me zoom in so that you get a scenario very well. So we saw this particular move, strong move for a wave A. So we will just wait for a correction. Now the wave B correction is ongoing. So we want to see a move to the upside to get a 3-way for a B. Then once we get that, we are going to get this particular wave C. So once we get a wave C, then we will look at the progression as the triangle happens. So in this particular week, if you're looking for a trade, wait for this wave 3-wave correction for this particular wave B to finish. Then if you're looking for a short-term trade, you can sell for the wave C. If you're also a scalper, you can also trade the wave C of B depending on the stop loss that you are looking at. So that is what we are looking for in the USD the USD Japanese yen. Okay, I think I've missed. Okay, cool area asked of the pound AUD, Okay, so we'll quickly have a look at it. In the pound AUD, let me even go to the trade room and just pick pound AUD so that we can speed up. In the pound AUD, we are still looking at this particular move of a 5-wave pattern. Okay, of a 5-wave pattern. So we want to see price is still giving us a move to the upside. So the pattern we are looking at after the wave 3, we are still seeing an expanding ending diagonal, So this particular week, we want to see price move to the up to give us a little move lower for this particular wave 4. Then after that, we want to still see price move a little higher for this particular wave 5. After that, then we will start looking at a correction for for this whole thing. So if you look at the pattern that is ongoing, the once the expanding diagonal is forming, we will start seeing a lot of divergence that will play out here. And whenever you see ending diagonals forming and divergence also happening, then it gives us a confirmation that price is likely to come down. Price is likely to come down. As it stands now, we've not yet we are not yet completed with this particular 5-wave ending diagonal for the expanding ending diagonal that we are looking at. So we want to see price move to the upside for one more time, break the top, and after that we will start looking at a correction from that particular point of view. So let's look at US30. Let's look at US30 also. In US30 or the Dow Jones, this is what we've been looking at. Now we have this particular 5-wave move for wave A. We have this particular 5-wave move for wave A. After the wave 1, we had a wave 2. Then in this particular wave 1, now we want to see a move to the downside, an ABC at this particular fib level, an ABC at this particular level. But price, the wave B correction is happening. So we want to see an ABC like this. Then, so we want to see a pullback from this particular correction. Then once we get that particular one, we will start looking at a move to the upside. Once we get a particular 3-wave, we want to see price drop to give us a wave C, price drop to give us a wave C. Then after that, we're still going to look at more bullish scenarios. You're still going to look at more bullish scenarios. So that is what we are looking for in US30. That's what we are looking for in US30. So in this particular week, there's been a lot of pairs that is giving us a lot of opportunities, and we are going to keep on updating the trading room. If you are yet to join us, you can also join us in Telegram also, so that whenever I'm posting the ID updates, you don't miss them. I'm just leaving a comment on our Telegram channel. I'm just showing you this is our Telegram channel. You are watching us from the Elliott Wave track, or if you are watching us from YouTube too, you are going to see these Telegram channels also there, where you can also join us from there. So let's quickly look at one more chart. If there are no more questions, then we are going to bring today's stream to an end. Today's stream, and so let's look at the DAX once we are in the indices front, because we have a lot of our members who trade indices also. So in DAX also, we are looking at this particular pattern where price is giving us we are looking at this impulsive wave after the correction of an ABC. So we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to see this particular wave 5 that to end, this particular wave 5 to end. So we are still looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to see this particular wave 5 end. Then once we end the wave 5, we want to see this big ABC, this big ABC pattern to form, just like once we get break the high of this particular one, we want to see an ABC pattern for wave 2. So once we get that particular one, then price is going to continue to the upside. So that will be all. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you want me to discuss, just leave them in the comment section. And I'm going to address to them in the course of the week. If any of your questions have not been answered, just keep the comments coming even after the live stream. And if you watch the replay version of it, just give me a hashtag replay, then let me know you watch the replay. So my name is Peter Pell. If you are finding my channel for the first time, do make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell, so that whenever I release a very interesting deal or a very interesting analysis or videos on YouTube, you can get access to it. Last week, we looked at hitting 1K subscribers on YouTube, which we have. So I'm preparing something fantastic for the community for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers in YouTube. So keep your fingers crossed. There is something beautiful that I'm preparing for you guys as a thank you for us reaching 1K in YouTube. And also, I'm also going to bring a lot of tutorials, just like I promised that once we reach 1K, then we expecting that not only live streams are you going to get, but you're also going to get beautiful lessons also on YouTube. So if that is all for now, if you're looking at getting in the legendary trade room, then you still have the 50% discount going on. Just go to pearlmarkets.com and subscribe to any of our services. So my name is Peter Pearl, and I'm out for now.